On today's body cam, we're checking out caregiver realizes cops found dead client wrapped in plastic.
Police respond to a brutal stabbing. They find a disabled veteran clinging to life and a woman whose account of this bloodbath may not be the whole truth.
She is diabolical. You have no freaking clue.
On March 8, 2026, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office deputies are dispatched to a home in Punta Gorda, Florida, after a frantic woman calls 911.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
Yes. I came out to check on my neighbor, and he's dead.
Okay.
His truck's gone. There's blood everywhere. He was covered with plastic.
You said he was covered in plastic?
Yes.
Okay. Now, does it look like there was any sort of injury?
I don't know. Yes, he bled to death.
Okay, but I'm saying, does it look like there were any injuries? Were there any weapons around?
I don't know, honey.
Okay, that's okay. You're doing a great job. I'm just trying to help for our deputies here, okay? Now,
Well,
does he live here alone?
He had a roommate.
And the roommate is not there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Can you
we
do
don't
me a
know.
huge favor and step out front to make contact with the deputies?
Yes.
When a deputy arrives at the scene, he rushes to the back of the home and discovers an unresponsive elderly man lying next to a wheelchair in a pool of blood with a severe laceration to his arm.
So he hit his head. Watch his pulse. He's still warm. Yeah.
The temperature of the body tells deputies they're dealing with a very recent attack. Believing there may still be a chance to save him, they begin CPR.
Press.
Got rigor or anything like that?
No, he's still warm.
Despite their efforts, he cannot be revived.
Stop compression.
I mean, the blood around there is coagulated, but it's still wet at least.
The whole wheelchair is covered in blood.
So is that one over there. There's one over there that's covered in blood too, and the blood goes from all the way over there.
The spin circle's right here.
When a deputy speaks with the woman who called 911, she identifies the victim as 76-year-old Paul Dwayne Bradley, a disabled military veteran who relies on multiple caregivers for daily assistance.
One, his truck's missing.
Yeah.
It's not here. Two, he was covered in plastic.
Okay.
The sheathing was over him.
The plastic sheathing was?
Yep,
Okay.
I pulled it back to make sure it was him. Because
Okay.
I seen his foot, but I had to make sure it was him.
Okay.
And that's all I touched, and I called him.
As deputies process the scene, a visibly shaken friend of Paul's approaches with information that immediately begins to point investigators toward a potential suspect.
But just stay back there for now, because this is an active crime scene, okay?
To you. I have
Okay.
to talk
With
to you.
what?
I don't know who's the lady that's living with him. She just moved in, and he came over the other day and told me she was schizophrenic, and he wanted to get her out of the house.
Yeah, because see, that's what we was supposed to be here at 7 to help him make sure she goes.
You too?
Okay.
The deputy learns that earlier that morning, Paul had fired a live-in caregiver who had recently moved into the home. When she refused to leave, he called authorities for assistance.
So, this caretaker, is she someone you hired, or is it a friend? Or
I was going to hire her, and I'd try her out for a month, you know.
Okay.
But then I thought, after 3 days, I knew she wasn't going to be no good.
What is she doing? So, I get that she's not, like, really taking care of you, but what else is she doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? She's just doing nothing.
She makes me good meals, don't get me wrong. But that's all she does.
So she's just cooking for you, that's all she's doing?
Yeah. She's just worthless.
She's in there right now?
Yeah, she's in bed, I think.
So you want her out of here today, we can do that. Do you just want her to get going, or do you want her, like, formally trespassed?
No, if she refuses to go.
If she refuses to go, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This reminds me of a situation that I actually have going on in my life. Well, there's somebody that needs, like a home health aide or a caregiver, things like that. And so we sat down and met with the lady, right? She was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. The company that they're partnered with or whatever, the people that they hire, a lot of them do not like to show up for work and stuff like that. It's not the best service, right? Which is crazy because she's not supposed to say that. Like, she's not, but she's being honest. Like, because I asked, what's the options? Like, do you guys provide the person, or can the person hire their own and get paid through the company? So there's two different ways, right? So, but she was like, the downsides to that is that they're underpaid. So they call out a lot because they might only have to be at that home for maybe 3 hours or, 2 hours or something like that. The way that their work is set up, they may have to go to 3-4 houses to make up all the time, right? So 3 hours here, 2 hours here, 3 hours here, and that might be their work day or whatever. But they're underpaid, so they don't want to keep doing that and traveling from house to house to house. So a lot of time they call out. But on the flip side, you can hire your own and be in control of like their minutes and stuff like that, and then they would just get paid through the company. Whether it could be anybody besides like a spouse. And that reminds me of this because she's a living caretaker or whatever, but she's nuts. Okay. So you don't know these random people. You have these elderly people who are looking for, they need to be taken care of. They need certain things done, grocery shopping, dinner, whatever, help them, maybe take their meds or help them with the shower, whatever they need done, cleaning up the house. And you're supposed to be relying on these people, but you don't know these people from a can of paint. And some of these people that you get are freaking nuts. So you better off just having your own, somebody that you trust.
Well, I'm going to go talk to her now.
The deputy spoke to Paul's caregiver, 48-year-old Shannon Rose Giblin. She denied neglecting his care and said there was another reason Paul wanted her out of the house.
I'm going to tell you the truth, sir. He and the girl that got me this job knows this too. You can talk to her about it. He is mad at me because I didn't give him sexual pleasure. Do you see it? Have you ever had?
Yeah, I've heard of this kind of thing.
She told the deputy Paul had repeatedly made unwanted sexual advances, including one incident where he allegedly put his hands on her.
When we go run errands, of course I drive, and I help him out of his buggy into the truck, and I snap on a seatbelt for him. Just was sweet. And so I'm leaning over, snapping his seatbelt, and he grabs the back of my head. He puts his hand on the back of my head, and he moves my head towards his crotch, and he goes, groans.
With Shannon's serious allegations, the deputy was now facing a much more complicated situation.
I want to go back in and talk to him again about that.
He's going to deny it.
Yeah, probably. But the problem here, Shannon, is that he wants you gone. And so if he tells me that he wants you gone, then that is my job to do that.
So you want me to leave right now? So
that's what I'm going to try to figure out with him.
That's impossible. I have no car. I've got cats. This man is a pervert.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't believe you at all, okay? So I'm going to go talk to him. I've heard this story a few times, okay? So let me go talk to him and then we'll figure out what's going on next, okay?
Paul denied the...
On one end, that story sounds believable. But if that's the case, why didn't you tell anybody?
The allegations and remained firm that he wanted her out of the house immediately.
So what you should do is go ahead and get out of here. I know you don't have a car, but I would go ahead and get your things together. I would contact a friend. I don't know your money situation. But
I have like $30.
If I leave, this isn't a big question. Is there going to be a huge fight here?
No,
is this going to be a fist fight?
No.
Okay.
No, because first and foremost, felony. Put your hands on that man.
I was going to say, exactly.
I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hours later, Paul's body is found in the very spot where Shannon had spoken with the deputy. As the investigation continues, a review of security footage from a neighboring residence reveals Paul's 2024 Toyota Tacoma leaving the property around 4:30 p.m.
Can you do a felony bolo for this guy's truck? I need to know where it is as soon as possible, and I need it stopped.
3 hours after Paul's body is discovered, the vehicle is located at a McDonald's in Sarasota County, 53 miles north of the crime scene, and Shannon is inside.
Step out of the vehicle with your hands up. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Turn around. Walk backwards to me. No, don't reach. Walk backwards with your hands in the air. Do not reach. What am I doing? Walk backwards to me now. You got hands?
Got hands. Drop down your knees.
Get on your knees. Keep your hands on your head.
Hands on your head.
Is there anyone else in the vehicle?
My cats.
After Sarasota County deputies detain Shannon, she begins making disturbing claims about what happened to her.
Why are you guys being so mean to me when I was just abused?
Okay.
And almost murdered by a guy.
I don't know anything about anything.
I'm gonna stand you up.
Okay, let's stand up.
I was almost just murdered. Look at my body.
Shannon is transported to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, where she says she was constantly harassed and abused by Paul. But detectives will soon get a surprising phone call that raises questions about her story.
Paul's a very evil man. I believe it was the second night I was there.
I was saying goodnight to him, and he reaches back and he starts doing this on my upper leg, and he starts reaching over towards my crotch. And I was like, all right, well, good night. I mean, I had just gotten there.
Shannon describes another incident she says crossed a line, leaving her feeling devastated.
He told me that he loves to spoon. He's like, if we're ever spooning and you feel the little guy down there misbehave, you can just skedaddle. So I went to my room, sat on the bed, and disbelief and just started crying. And he literally wants to be there for sex.
She goes on to describe a history of childhood trauma, suggesting Paul's alleged behavior triggered painful memories from her past.
Nobody understands that there's sick men out there. Okay, I was freaking by my own father. When I was 14, he took my virginity. Okay? I've been almost murdered by a guy choking in front of my 3-year-old daughter. Okay?
Detectives shift their focus to what happened after the deputy told her to leave Paul's home.
Obviously, it looks like you were put in a very tough spot. I mean, I see you're scratched up and have some injuries. Did he get violent after law enforcement left?
Yes.
Also,
He grabbed me, and I've got the things.
But after learning about the arrest, Shannon's sister contacts investigators and reveals a pattern from Shannon's past, one that raises questions about whether she's telling the truth.
I just wanted to say that someone noticed in her mugshot that there were scratches on her. And I wanted to tell the detectives that she has a history of and trying to blame other people. One of her baby daddies, for lack of a better term, she bragged about getting him locked up in Sarasota for like 8 months because she beat herself up and then called the cops and said he did it. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, she's going to sit there and try to say it was self-defense and he did that to her.
What happened next with Paul?
I look at him and said, Paul, after everything I've done for you, clean your house, cook for you, give you baths, so you're just willing to have the sheriff just push me to the curb? I said, what would you have done to my cats? And he goes, well, and it was obvious he would have killed them. Just the way he said it.
All right, so then what happened?
He's in his scooter, and he starts going, and I start following him. And he stops in his scooter, and he grabs his phone. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because he was going to call the cops again. And I went to grab it, and he's like, what are you doing? And he starts grabbing me. I guess I snapped. I snapped.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
All right.
It just hit me. I snapped.
How'd you snap?
I just did.
What?
Abuse.
Yeah.
Too much of it.
I get it.
I was in a mental hospital because I snapped. Years ago, it's all documented. All of it.
According to Shannon, when the confrontation turned physical, she used a kitchen knife to cut him.
Was it a little cut, a big cut when you cut him?
No, he was bleeding a lot.
Okay. A lot? Like?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Her sister claims this wasn't the first time Shannon had used a knife during a confrontation.
I spoke to the boyfriend that just escaped from her. Like, he could have been the next victim, but his daughters were like, you need to get the hell out of there. Because he would wake up in the middle of the night and she would be standing over him with a butcher knife and saying she was going to kill him. He literally hightailed it across the state of Florida to get away from her because his daughter lives on the other coast. He told me I was afraid she was going to slit my throat in my sleep.
Escaped? The way she used that word, escaped, man, that's powerful. This girl is dangerous.
Shannon insists the confrontation with Paul escalated into something she never expected.
I'm scared for my life, and I'm scared for my cat's life. This man abuses me It's not like I'm like, oh, I hurt this precious man today.
No one's claiming that.
But Shannon's ex-boyfriend describes a conversation he had with Shannon about Paul that paints a very different picture.
He was on the phone with her on Sunday before this happened. She was telling him that she was going to kill the guy before she killed him. And I'm just saying, because I think it's relevant, because if she's like saying, I'm going to go in there and kill him, and then she does it, that's premeditated in my book.
Shannon says that after cutting Paul, she pushed him in his scooter to the back of the house, where she placed him on the ground and watched him die. But before fleeing in his truck, she covered his body with the plastic tarp. When asked why, she offers an unexpected explanation.
What was up with the plastic? Everything else makes sense to me. I don't understand that part.
When you take care of somebody, tucking them in, does that make sense at all? I don't know.
Can I ask you a question that's kind of personal? How do you feel now that that happened?
He was not innocent. That's how I feel. He abused me. That's how I feel. Because a part of me was, I'm like, it was either me and my kitties or him. I'm serious. Now you both look at me like you hate me.
We don't hate you.
Promise we don't hate you.
I'm not cold.
See, fellas, that's why y'all gotta stay away from a lonely single woman with a whole bunch of cats running around. Like, listen, nah, hell nah, man. Hell nah. The cat woman? Nah, I'm good. One cat, okay, you know what I'm saying? But you just got a whole bunch of cats running around there. You just a cat lady, huh? Nah, you ain't. She said, I'm a caregiver, so I was tucking them in. Oh, man. I got chills when she said that. She said, I'm tucking them in. That's foul.
She's threatened so many people in her life. She is diabolical. You have no freaking clue.
According to court documents, in March 2026, Shannon was charged with second-degree murder and grand theft of a motor vehicle. She pled not guilty to the charges. Shannon's public defender filed a motion requesting a competency examination, and a hearing is scheduled for August 6, 2026, to determine whether she is fit to stand trial. She remains jailed without bond.
Looking for answers, that's the